Aloha to the lahui. Congratulations to all the Hawaiian Home Land lessees who was awarded their project lease papers. I wore this shirt today, which was a gift from the lahui. Mahalo, and I wore it proudly. I am grateful that I was awarded a project paper lease. So I'm going to break down to you guys the pros, the cons, the reality of it all. Okay, so here's all the pros. Today, they ran it so efficiently. The beginning took forever. They have to go through and do all their speeches, and gosh, that took like 2 hours. But once they started the award process, that went very, very quickly. They were very organized. They had everybody in groups. So they probably did like a group, and it was probably like 20. So they started with the letter A, went all the way to Z. And so the whole group would go up at one time, take pictures, and then they send you in the back. They direct you through through all the paperwork. They had notary there that you would sign. And then the really good thing, this is what's great about the project paper leases, is the only way to even get your Hawaiian homes is you have to be 50%. Your keikis, if they don't have 50%, they only get 25%. There's no way they can get it. But you can get it. And once you're there, you can do your successorship, that's where you sign whoever you want your successor to be, which can be your children who only have 25% Hawaiian. Okay. So that to me is actually the most important part of this whole process, is that it allows kupunas to pass it on to their children, because we, with the 50%, we're kind of the gatekeeper, right? Once we open the gate, then we can start passing it down to our keikis, okay? And so that's one thing I love about it. Here's kind of the cons, the facts about it. It's kind of just like an IOU. So I was awarded, it's like they're reserving this plot for me. I have a paper lease. They're going to start the 99-year lease, which that I don't agree with, and I have to pay for that today, which is only $1 a year, so $99. But I don't think you should have to actually pay that until you start to take possession of it. Personally, that's what I believe. But it is what it is. So the good thing about that is, the kupunas who may have passed on the waiting list and then their children no longer had access to it, this is a way of kind of bypassing that. But the reality of it is that this is just an IOU, and this could be, they're projected, for instance, to be 2033. That's what, 7 years from now? Yeah, 8 years from now. That could potentially actually be like 10 years. It could be 12 years. So, and that the reality of it, right, is there's still a lot of time before I could actually take ownership. They have to develop the land, which means they have to get the infrastructure, which means they have to get water to it first. They have to be able to outfit it for the electricity. One thing that they talked about today at the meeting is getting water to these Hawaiian homelands, right? So they're like, it's difficult. Just that is going to cost, for instance, with Leali'i in Lahaina, it's going to cost $30 million for them to be able to send water from Honokawai over to Leali'i in Lahaina. And so they're like, well, we're limited in water. Okay, so it all depends on the water. And so they're saying that like we as the beneficiaries should be calling and recommending, that they allow us to have water. But from my mentality, it's like, that's our water. You know what I mean? And A and B happen to have owned a lot of the land with the pineapples and the sugar cane. And then now, who owns it? Mahi Pono. Mahi Pono owns so much land and water. They literally own EMI, all that water over there. So from my perspective, it's like, that's our water. It should be Hawaiian first, Kanaka first. And then if get extra, then you can allow the big companies to have it. But that's not how we run, right? That's not how it's run here. They put big money, big companies, before the locals, before the Kanakas. That's the reality of it. So the project lease is a great idea because it helps with the gatekeeping and it allows us to at least pass it down to our keikis. I was able to name my successor now, which is amazing, because before it was like until they have the property ready for you to actually go beyond, well, then nobody could get it. So in that regards, it's great. It's a great way to get people off the waiting list. But the way I see it is like, okay, that's cool to do project paper leases, but as long as you guys are equally holding up your end of the deal. You know what I'm saying? As long as you guys are also meeting the deadlines that you guys are saying you guys have for now, which we are waiting to see. Right? We always hope for the best, pray for the best, believe in the best could happen, but we also live in reality and deal with the reality of all things. So I want to aloha everybody who was awarded today. I want to say they gave away over 400. 400 today. They were so efficient. They were so efficient. The way they ran it, the way they got you through. Beautiful job. Everybody I talked to all along the way, I mahaloed them and I told them you guys have been doing a great job efficiency wise, because I've been to others where it wasn't efficient. You know what I mean? So wonderful. Congratulations. This is just kind of, I hope this answers a few of your guys' questions in regards to DHHL and how to get your Hawaiian homeland. You guys are more than welcome to DM me or reach out to me if you guys have any further questions and I can help you. Mahalo for tuning in. Aloha.